Good afternoon. I just got a short thing to say here. Just like some of the old Roman emperors, many world leaders are of unsound mind, non compos mentis. I have an idea on how to dethrone them. A general strike. Start with the NFL. Lech Walesa did something like that in Poland.
Congressman?
I think, we need to consider ways to make our elected officials do their jobs, which is representing the people who elect them. And I think within our communities, there's all sorts of things we can do. At bare minimum, one of my big pet peeves, Jim, has been the fact that fewer Republicans are doing town halls and actually listening to their constituents. So you can pressure them to do that. You can pick it outside their offices. You can do lots of things to make elected officials have to respond short of waiting for 2018. So, I think sometimes if you have something like a general strike, if it's not widely followed, it may not be as effective. But I think there are ways you can, in your own backyard, affect how your member of Congress or the member of the Senate is acting and voting, and you can definitely make them have to be responsive to you.
Russell in Hickory Hills, Illinois. You're on the air with Congressman Pocan.
Yeah, Mr. Pocan. I'd like to go somewhere else. This morning I woke up and I'm watching Morning Joe. You guys are so morning in the House that you had time to pass an abortion bill of 20 weeks to restrict women, 237 to 185. I mean, what is that 20-week abortion bill? It seems like they don't give up on these women. Are you going to pound Paul Ryan and his district about this?
Yes, this unfortunately is part and parcel. When you watch Paul Ryan talk about this being the most productive Congress, it's such a ridiculous statement that no one believes it, but he somehow still keeps repeating it because we pass a bunch of dumb bills out of the House that'll never, ever become law, like this bill yesterday because the Senate won't happen with the 60-vote rule they have. But instead of addressing getting assistance to Puerto Rico, instead of addressing gun violence, instead of actually doing the budget process as it should happen, instead of fixing what we need to fix about the Affordable Care Act, we're busy doing these stupid message bills for one part of the base or one part of the donor class of the Republican Party. So this is why Paul Ryan's been such a huge failure. So I think what I'm doing, Russell, is when I go back down to Wisconsin, I try to let people know Paul Ryan is not a very effective speaker. In fact, everything he's doing is just to shore up his base within his caucus and nothing for the public. And I think, people are understanding that in Wisconsin. He's got a real race on his hands. He may not be coming back to Congress.
David in Columbus, Ohio. You're on the air with Congressman Pocan.
Hi. I have a more broad, more long view of the recent incident in Las Vegas. I think it ties into the huge Defense Department budgets that promote weapons, production of military weapons, a mentality of, just assaulting everybody. I feel like if we could cut the defense budget back and get a rational hold on our military and stop supplying arms to every country that we feel we need oil from, I think we could start getting a hold on the military weapons dispersion. And I just feel bad that the Democrats don't go with this because I talked to my Democratic congressperson, and she voted for that $700 billion defense budget. And it's just ridiculous. The Democrats should stand tough on this, just like they did on health care.
David, on the defense budget, one of the things that we'll be taking up tonight is the Progressive Caucus version of a budget. So this is something we work on throughout the year. We significantly shore back money that goes into defense, but not that supports our military. So we make sure that people are getting the pay and the benefits they should, but not putting all this money into additional weapons. Do a lot of other areas covered under the defense budget. We're hoping today, if you get a chance, call your member of Congress and tell them to support the Progressive Caucus budget. If you have especially a Democratic member, we're hoping that last year by one vote, I think we got, or 2 years ago, last time we took a vote, we got a majority of the Dem caucus by one vote. We've lost about 10 of those folks through attrition, didn't come back to Congress. We're hoping to pick up some new folks. But, I think that sends a strong signal when you can get a majority of the Democratic caucus to support the principles we have, especially around defense spending. Maybe that's the way we can start turning this around.
Okay. And how much time do we have? Oh, we have 50 seconds. 5-0. Not quite enough to put another caller on. Do you want to expand on that or anything else you've been saying here for the next 40 seconds, Congressman?
Yeah. I think, what David brought up, I certainly support, and the fact that they put in $70 billion additional towards defense and not put it in the revenue means everything else gets squeezed. Right?
Oh, a question I had for you. The Children's Health Insurance Program, that expired a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
What's the deal?
CHIP has expired. Community health centers funding have expired. The Perkins Loans Program we talked a little about last week has expired. So all of those are things that we should have done this week instead of having a bill about pain felt by fetuses, which I forget the name of it. They had some stupid name to it. They're too busy doing message bills than real bills.
Right. So are these things going to get, are these appropriations going to get approved, or are these programs going to die by attrition?
Everything in Congress seems to happen at the last minute. We're pushing to get them all done. This morning I was pushing on Perkins Loan again. We have 230 people in Congress sponsoring a bill, and we can't get it through when you need 218 votes. Go figure. That's amazing. Congressman Mark Pocan taking your calls. Midday with Mark here on the Thom Hartmann Program.